So over the weekend, we got some pretty big news. President Trump decided to lift the ban on Huawei to allow certain American companies to continue selling components to them, which means their smartphone business is back in order. Well, at least to some degree. I mean, there's a whole reputation that's been tarnished that needs to be fixed, but certain companies like Intel, Google, Micron, any of those companies that are making the components that go inside of Huawei phones are now allowed to sell those components to them. Now, the ban hasn't been removed yet, but I'm sure this will take a few days to happen. But this just means a lot of current Huawei smartphone owners can now breathe a sigh of release. And any of those individuals out there who just decided to fire sell their phone, and the other people out there who picked it up for a very cheap price, you guys should be laughing right now because you just scored yourself an amazing deal. Now, does this mean Huawei will be allowed to sell phones in the United States of America? Absolutely not. That's never going to happen anytime soon. In fact, they're still on the entity list, which means they're still a company that's not allowed to work with most American companies. Does this mean 5G technology will be sold in the United States of America? Absolutely not. That continues to be a security threat, at least in the eyes of the United States, and that will never be allowed to happen in their country. In fact, Trump specifically said the smartphone manufacturer Huawei doesn't really pose a security threat. It's the other stuff they're doing that does. And whether that's true or not is a total different video, total different debate. But for smartphone users out there who have wondered and worried about whether the device was going to get another update, you can breathe now, my friends, because your phone is now going to get updated. In fact, Huawei can continue selling smartphones, creating new updates, creating future devices, because they now have those components again being sold to them. Now, the big thing though is fixing their reputation. They originally said that this could cost them $30 billion, and I believe them. This is a huge fiasco. Being tarnished like that by one country in the flick of a wrist is a big deal for a company. They're lucky they have a lot of money in their pockets to recover from this situation. You have to remember, it was this year they were set to take over as the #1 smartphone manufacturer in the entire world, beating out Samsung and being #1. Now that's gonna be delayed. I don't think it's gonna happen this year. In fact, I don't think it's gonna happen next year. I think it's gonna take them a good 2 to 3 years to become the #1 smartphone manufacturer again because of this ordeal. Now I'm excited because I love Huawei's phones. This is a company where no one knew about who has risen so far to sell some of the best smartphones on the market. I'm excited to see where they go next because we need strong competition in the market. Companies like Huawei, companies like Samsung help foster innovation. They help push companies like Apple to innovate faster and probably better. Anyways, that wraps this up. Huawei's back to a certain degree. Their smartphones, oh my God, smartphones will now be sold again, or will continue to be sold, updated. And for those of you out there who have their smartphones right now, you can breathe a sigh of relief. Anyways, that wraps up this little update video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, because if you did, I'd love if you hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.